Final round. You win.
Welcome to Button Mash, the show where we mash all your video game content for the week for you to listen to at the press of a single button. My name is Roger, and with me, as usual, I have Chris.
Hello, Roger Do.
Roger Do. Ooh,
Yeah,
never
Roger
had that
Do.
name before.
Yeah,
Cute
it's a new one.
I like it. Love
I'm
it.
a bit of an artist.
Love it. Love it. Freshen it up.
Freshen it up.
All right, so we've got episode 32 of Button Mash today. We've got a few news topics. And then a couple of games that we've been playing.
Yeah.
Let's get started.
Yeah.
Let's get started. We'll go... Oh, it's like kind of roller coaster. We've got sad news, kind of happy news, sad news. All right, let's start with the first sad news. Machinima. Shut down forever. Yeah, so you thought they were already shut down like 2 years ago.
Yeah, like last year.
So-
I'm sorry, Machinima. Fuck.
So I guess this doesn't really affect you because you came to terms with it last year before they shut down. So
Yep.
that's good. But yeah, that's a little bit sad. Machinima started when? Like it was like
Oh.
so 10 years ago they started on YouTube.
See, I followed them on YouTube,
Mm.
right?
Yep.
And did they just not do content on YouTube anymore?
I don't know if it was on YouTube. It was pretty heavy on Facebook. There was a lot of like live streams and they were still doing sort of funny videos and stuff on Facebook. But on YouTube, I haven't watched like a YouTube Machinima video.
You know what happened? I actually followed them on YouTube, but then I think they just shut down their YouTube channel. And that's maybe why I thought they were no longer anymore. But they were obviously still doing Facebook stuff.
Well, YouTube only got taken down like a few weeks ago.
Oh, but I swear I followed them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe I didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, weird one. So it was 2 weeks ago that their YouTube content just got like taken down. So it's stuff going across 12 years. It's just taken offline, just gone. And everyone was like, okay, well, that's weird. And then last week we just got the report that they actually, shut down. So,
Oh.
yeah, it started in 2000 with
Whoa!
Machinima.com.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Launched as
That's a
a
long
resource
time.
for those making videos using video game assets as their medium. It grew substantially with the advent of YouTube in the middle of the decade and evolved into a major multi-channel network spotlighting dozens of creators with hundreds of thousands of subscribers each.
So they nearly made 20 years. That's crazy.
Holy shit, yeah. Wow. Didn't think of that.
Well, we.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I guess they were a bit ahead of their time. Now everyone's doing that sort of stuff and
Yeah,
they're
true.
a bit sort of outdated, I guess. You've got Twitch and all that. So, yeah.
Oh, what
Oh.
the fuck what was that?
Oh, hello. This is our surprise
Yo.
guest calling in.
Hello? This is Machinima. I have no idea what just happened. It came through the computer.
The computer. Oh, that's interesting.
I see what happened. Meg's phone rang. I can hear it on the phone, and somehow it was ringing through the laptop. What the fuck? Okay. Anyway, yeah. Continue on. Thanks, Tony. That was
So
Tony.
we've got Tony from Machinima who's going to talk to us about. No. So what have we got? So, yeah, officially shut down all their sub channels as well, and dismissed 81 employees. 81 people gone.
Gee.
It's sad. We had was it last year that Game Trailers shut down as well?
Yep.
Game Trailers I was massive on.
Yeah.
They were my go-to for everything sort of reviews, it was always game trailers. I think you were always GameSpot. I was always game trailers.
Game trailers.
Yeah.
I'd watch game trailers, but I'd always go to GameSpot. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember, like, you were always getting the GameSpot point of view, and I would bring in
The game trailer. Yeah, the GameSpot one sucks.
And there we go. Put it all together. Is it worth getting? Maybe.
It'll be, yeah, I'm going to get it. It looks mad. I'm not getting it. It looks like trash. It's like, oh, damn.
Yeah. But anyway, R.I.P. Machinima. You were great.
Yeah.
Might have to unfollow you on Facebook now that you're no more.
And I'm sorry that I've unfollowed you from last year. I thought you were already dead. But, sorry.
All right, let's talk about our next topic, which is a little bit, more positive. We've got Xbox Live coming to iOS, Android, and Switch. Now, I sent you this, and you were like, "This is a joke. Nintendo is not going to agree to this."
Yeah.
But apparently, it's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening. So we'll find out a bit more at GDC in March. Basically, the plan is to bring Xbox Live across different platforms. But when we say Xbox Live, it's your achievements, your friends, that type of stuff. And then hopefully you'll get games as well. So Xbox, as we know, has been pretty big on cross-platform, really trying to push it. And they've been working on that xCloud thing as well, where you can run your Xbox games on your mobile and laptop, that sort of thing, on your computer. So yeah, they're planning on bringing that to Switch. And like I saw that picture, it was like a Switch with an Xbox logo on the screen. I was like, what the fuck am I looking at?
That's so weird.
It's
like,
really
it just blows my mind, because it was, I don't know. So obviously it's going to be a streaming the streaming service. Yeah. So you stream like the games off the,
I imagine it depends. It depends what it is, right? So if it starts small, kind of like Fortnite, bring your Xbox Live.
You can use your Xbox Live.
Yeah, on your Switch, and then you've got Minecraft as well. It doesn't require the streaming.
So does that mean you wouldn't need to use your online Nintendo subscription service, like your online service? Do you know what I mean? Like you just be like, oh no, I have Xbox Live. Like I don't need it.
That's a good point.
Maybe
actually.
It's only for Xbox games, and then if you're going to go, say, to Splatoon, you can't just be like, yeah, I'm going to use Xbox.
Oh, 100%.
I know that, but like, I don't know. It's I don't know what's happening. Like, I'm a bit confused.
That's interesting. I haven't thought of it that way. Because like, for example, Fortnite, we know already, like you can play Fortnite online on your Switch without having the online service. Same on PS4 and Xbox. You don't need Xbox Live or PlayStation Plus. So could be something like that, where you have Xbox Live and whatever's compatible with the Xbox Live service on the Switch, you'll be able to play without the Switch online service.
Yeah,
it's interesting. So it says what they've told us so far. They're looking at enabling game developers to connect players between iOS, Android, and Switch, in addition to Xbox and any game in the Microsoft Store on Windows PCs. And so it doesn't necessarily talk about the actual, gaming with Xbox Live, but it's more about bringing your achievements, friends list, achievement history, clubs, that sort of stuff. But I imagine, like, what's the point of doing that if you can't play any sort of games, right? Unless it's like use that as some sort of companion thing.
I think it's Xbox's way of getting into the portable market. Like if they obviously know that a lot of people own the Nintendo Switch, and some people that own the Nintendo Switch don't have Xboxes. But for them, they could think, well, hang on, if I just get an Xbox Live account and pay the $60 a year, I can now play some of these games on my Switch.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a way of Xbox getting Nintendo fans into the Xbox ecosystem in games, and that might get them to be like, oh, this is really cool. Actually, I might end up buying an Xbox, or I don't know. And because, I suppose you got to try anything at this stage.
yeah. I wonder what it's going to be, because that's. Yeah,
I'm interested
really
to see what kind of games that will run on the Switch, though.
Yeah, like I was saying, like some games are already cross-platform, right? So you've got Minecraft and Fortnite mainly, which I can think of in terms of like compatible with Xbox as well, where like you can run you've got your friends list from Xbox, your achievements and all that, and you bring that across to the Switch. So then when you're playing Minecraft on your Switch, all your progress goes from the Switch in between the Xbox and the Switch seamlessly. Is what I'm thinking. And then in terms of you're thinking like next step, where it's like using that xCloud service that we've talked about, where they actually play full on Xbox One games on there. Would be, I guess that's like the next step, right?
Yeah, I think you'll see something at E3 maybe of, Xbox come out and they say, this is the xCloud, whatever it is. This is for your TV. This is how you can stream games. Oh, and by the way, you can play these games on the Switch if you have a Switch as well.
Holy shit.
That's what my bet is.
That would be intense. Yeah, that's... So we'll find out more about this this Xbox Live going across the different platforms there at GDC, which will run between the 18th to the 22nd of March. So that's when we'll get, I guess, the official sort of announcement, the sort of breakdown of what's going to happen. And then, like you said, it'll probably be, at E3 we'll find out, games can run with... Oh, man, that would be crazy.
Yeah, and you know what, though? That's going to be a massive blow to PlayStation. I think.
PlayStation doesn't give a shit at this point.
They don't give a shit because they're smashing it at the moment, correct. But I think if,
it's sad.
Say little Johnny, Mum, I want a console. I'll just, and I don't know which one I'm going to get and which one. Well, I've got a Switch. If I can play some Xbox games, not all of them, with my Switch. Like, would that be a good thing? Like, of course it's going to be a good thing because you can take a portable as well. Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, but then you've got the thing of...
You go the other way around, That's saying, like, well, if I've got a Switch, I can just buy, like, an Xbox Live account and I can play some Xbox games, and then I can just buy a PlayStation because that's the only way I can play PlayStation games, if I get a PlayStation.
Yeah, but I mean, if this takes off in a big way, I mean, PS4 is already... Sony's already, turned around with Fortnite, putting out the beta for cross-platform for Fortnite. So you never know. They might, actually see the benefits and all that and just give in. Don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm keen to find out what this actually is, like how deep they're going to go into.
Deep it is, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait until mid-March to find out. But
man, I'm excited, man.
Yeah. I'm very excited.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about our next topic, which is we've got an ex-Dead Space developer that's moved to 2K. So the studio doesn't have the name hasn't been announced anyway. It's a branch of 2K Games based in Silicon Valley. So we've got All Mate Michael Condrey
Michael, not Tony. Michael.
No, Michael from Visceral Games. So he was one of the creators of Dead Space, back in the day, and we all know by now what's happened to Visceral. Unfortunately, they got shut down. They were working on the Star Wars game.
Goodbye, my lover.
Goodbye, my friend.
Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, that was good. They got shut down. A lot of people lost their jobs. But I think at that point he was working at Sledgehammer anyway. But he's at the head of that studio. We don't know what they're working on yet. It's an unannounced project, so hoping to find out a bit more. But Dead Space, have you played any of the Dead Space games?
No, I haven't. No.
Good games. Sort of third person, over the shoulder, like action horror set in space.
Now, would it be another sci-fi horror?
Yeah, so I think that's what people are hoping, because like at the moment it's only really Resident Evil that's sort of going in that direction. That's the only place where you can find your survival horror games.
Yeah.
So they're hoping that, you know, that there's some alternative to Resident Evil that's going to come out of this. I mean, Resident Evil 2, the remake, just came out, and it's getting awesome reviews. It looks amazing. But yeah, I was more into Dead Space myself.
Yeah.
More into the kind of sci-fi setting.
Mm-hmm.
Real good games. So excited to see what they do. But we'll have to wait a little bit longer to find out what they're working on. Could be nothing to do with survival horror at all.
Yeah.
Because
Farming Simulator 2022.
Because since then, that dude has worked at Sledgehammer, like I said, and he's worked on Call of Duty games and stuff. So it could be anything. But
yeah,
he's at the head of that the 2K game studio. So yeah, maybe we will see some sort of new survival horror game IP.
Yeah.
Exciting times. Now,
yes,
let's bring down the mood again. We've gone high. Let's go back to low. We've got Activision Blizzard reportedly laying off hundreds of employees this coming Tuesday. Now, by the time you listen to this, it would have already happened. Now, this was reported by Bloomberg a couple of days ago. I found this on a Kotaku article, but there's a lot of it. You can find it pretty much anywhere. It's a pretty big topic. It's going around at the moment. So we all know at this point, Activision and Blizzard have been suffering a bit by their own doing, most of it anyway. We've had Activision part ways with Bungie recently. We had Blizzard with their whole Heroes of the Storm shutting down their
that's right.
esports leg, the whole Diablo Immortal thing, and the whole change in management and all that. So not a good time to be at Activision Blizzard at the moment. Sounds like you had the developers of Hearthstone that went off and opened up their own studio. That what was it, Second Dinner or something that we talked about a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, apparently it's not a good place to be at the moment. Their shares have dropped drastically as well. So yeah, Bloomberg reported that the layoffs would take place on Tuesday, and the number would be in the hundreds.
Gee.
And Kotaku's tried to contact Activision Blizzard about this, and they will not respond.
Well,
but
that's no surprise.
yeah, so there's there's no confirmation that this is actually happening from Activision Blizzard, but yeah,
it says here. So Blizzard has not released a new game since Overwatch in May 2016. Wow.
Yeah, but that's Blizzard. Like Blizzard has always been like
it's
that.
every it's a bit.
But they update, like they maintain their games heaps. like
Yeah.
World of Warcraft, Heroes of the Storm, Overwatch, Hearthstone. Like, they don't have that many games anyway, but
they're really good games though.
yeah, and they keep maintaining them. There's always updates on them. Like, World of Warcraft is like, what, 12, 14 years old or something at this point,
Yeah.
and it's still getting updates, still getting expansions. Same with Overwatch. There's still like new heroes and shit coming out.
Whoa, I wonder what the hero count is in that. I haven't played it
Yeah, I
for
don't know
like
how many
ages.
there are, but there's only a couple or so that we've missed, I think.
Okay.
Because we played sometime last year was the last time I played, and I think that was the last time you played as well. And there's been this cowgirl character that came out, and yeah, I don't think we've missed that many.
Wow.
But yeah,
Man, I feel like Blizzard are like, I feel like they're the nice cuddly bear guy in the corner that doesn't hurt anyone, and then when you see them saying like they're laying off all these people, I'm just like, oh, oh, God.
Yeah, but I think that the whole change in management has sort of like turned all that over. It sounds like they're prioritizing money over, content, and keeping people happy is what looks like is happening at the moment. And that looks like it may have come from Activision's sort of influence. But yeah.
So it sounds like a fair few people from Blizzard who are working in Blizzard have kind of like left the company to start, their new companies. Now, do you think they knew that Blizzard was kind of going downhill, and they were like, we need to go, we need to start somewhere? Or like, who was that former Hearthstone dude who started his new company?
I forget his name. It was the second dinner. Was the...
Ben Brody. Ben Brody?
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. Anyway. Yeah. I don't know. It's like, I wonder if they kind of knew that something was up, or
so.
They knew it was kind of coming down, and they were like, let's just part ways and jump ship. Yeah, while it's still afloat and be all right.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, because things started going downhill like, a few months ago. Like, CEO stepped down, and a whole change in management, and their whole sort of their view towards the whole sort of management in terms of what they're working towards. Like, it was all about cutting costs and try to push out more content, but cutting down the costs, like, it's contradictive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's hurt them a lot, and it would have hurt the morale as well, and that's why people will start leaving and stuff, and now it's come to this where a lot of people are getting ready to move on. And that's the thing, right? Like, there's no confirmation from Activision Blizzard itself, but now those people have heard the reports and they're getting ready to get shafted.
Ooh.
But the employer hasn't actually come to them to say that.
Yeah,
that's
bad.
It's rough. Yeah.
So bad.
But at least they got the...
Give people the heads up.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they have the heads up now, but it's not from where
it's not official,
it should have come from. It's like... What?
It's like you telling me, it's like, oh, bro, your boss told me that you're going to get fired next week.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah. It sucks.
That's shit.
But yeah, by the time you listen to this, there's a very good chance it would have happened already. But
yeah,
anyway. Alrighty, that's all the news we've got one more piece of news. Okay, we'll go back to happy news. If you're an Assassin's Creed fan, anyway.
Yeah,
so
true.
We had we had the Ezio collection. Yeah, that came out on PS4 it would have been a couple of years ago now.
Yeah.
And then we had which one was it? I've got it here. Let me look. Syndicate Assassin's Creed Rogue that came out in HD last year. and now we're getting Assassin's Creed 3 remastered. And I believe that's the one where you dropped off from the series for a while.
Did I?
Yeah, I think that was the last one you played, and then you didn't play 4 for a long time. Did you even finish 4? Black Flag?
No, I know. And I actually, when I jumped in and started to play, I was like, this is awesome. This is incredible. And then something happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the last one you played, and you were like, okay, I'm over this series. And then that's when I was like super high on it, and I played like 1, 2, Brotherhood. What's the other one? God damn it.
Was it Syndicate? No, it wasn't Syndicate.
No, in the same Ezio thing.
Oh, yeah.
The last one. Revelations.
Revelations.
Yeah, and I smashed them in like 2 or 3 weeks or something. I finished all of them. I was like, this is amazing. And then I finished 3, and then I finished 4, and then I dropped off for a bit as well. But 3, I don't know. It wasn't like one of my... I don't think it was one of my favorites. It was just kind of like part of the story, but that's where they brought in like hunting wildlife and crafting shit from, skinning animals and all that. That's when that came in. That's the one that's set in America, where you had like the Civil War happening while you were...
Which is the one... I didn't finish this one. I can remember the start of it, when you are a kid and your mother, like, you're half Indian.
That's the one. You never finished 3.
Is that the one?
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
did
it.
I finish that?
I thought you finished it. No, actually, I think that's the one you were playing, and then you sort of got over it and never actually finished it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is.
Man. Because when you were saying, like, they introduced the hunting, and I was like, pretty sure I did that.
Yeah.
Well,
you got that when it came out.
Yeah, I did.
And you loved it.
Yeah, what?
I don't know
Why
what
did
happened.
I finish that? Did I finish it? Maybe not. I don't think I did.
It.
I don't reckon I did. Okay, well, great.
Well, you get the chance to play it again.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It was good, but it's definitely not one of the most loved in the series. I thought it was a weird choice to bring that one back out, but
I thought Brotherhood would have been a cool little remaster.
Well, it's already remastered as part of the Ezio collection.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah, true. Do they have the online multiplayer for that?
I'm not sure, actually. Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it?
Man, the online, I loved that shit. That shit was so much fun, man. Everyone had their own contracts to assassinate, like, another person in the lobby. Like, it was such a good idea, and it actually worked really well. Because you'd just be, like, walking through the crowd, and then you'll see, like, 2 guys are running after each other, and then you're like, oh, wait, I've got to kill that guy that's running after that guy. Like, damn it. But I don't want to run, because then another guy's looking at me. It was so good. I loved it. But,
yeah, I'm not sure if the online I don't think it is, to be honest, but...
No, I don't think it would be. But... Those kind of games don't have the online service connected to them. It's just a story.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't well known as, like, the online game that was awesome.
Yeah, that's true. There's Call of Duty was the dog at the time, I think.
Yeah.
All right, but that's coming out pretty soon, March 29th. That's coming out.
Yep.
Are you going to get that?
No.
Down the track, maybe. Yeah.
I'm still playing.
Yeah. We'll have Division 2 by then.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Sorry, mate.
It's not happening. If there was actually nothing coming out, I probably still wouldn't get it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've got too many games to play still, so...
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the new game that you've been playing.
Yes, so... as a lot of people might know, that I love my motocross games. And a new one came out, Monster Energy Supercross 2. So I played the first Monster Energy Supercross game. Really good. The physics. They had all the licenses to the riders and the logos and stuff like that. They had a track creator. The career was quite boring in the first one. It was pretty much, you make a character, you do the West Championship, the East Championship, and then you move on to the 450s, and then that's really about it. It wasn't really that in depth. So the new one, so there's new physics in the new one. It just feels a bit more heavier. You don't float as much in the air. It feels a bit more like it's an actual bike. The graphics are updated a little bit more. I feel like they didn't have rain in the first one.
Okay.
So they've got rain in this one, so it can just pour down. It's just completely muddy. I don't know if you saw my Instagram post, Roger, of the other week of the last Supercross, like actual live Supercross.
Oh yeah, I did.
So it was like that. It was just like completely muddy in the game, and yeah, that was interesting, and I liked it as well because in MXGP Pro and MXGP 2, the rain I hated in it because you just slide everywhere, and it wasn't really realistic. It was a bit too over the top. Like, I know you lose traction, but it was like you're on ice.
Okay.
And it just wasn't fun at all. Like, I hated the wet races. Like, it was a bit of a chore to do whenever you came across them. Mm-hmm. But in Supercross 2, Monster Energy, it was fun. Like, I liked it. And the graphics look awesome in the rain as well. So in the career mode in Monster Energy Supercross 2, so you make a character, select a sponsor, select the bike you need. Then you select either you go 250 West or 250 East, and then you do the races, so East and West. And then they've laid out a bit of a week for you to do things in. So you don't just start the race and go. So you can train. So when you go to training, you can work on your scrubs, your turning, what else? Landing, and there's something else. What is the other one? I'm not sure what the other one is, but it actually makes the character better.
Okay. So
it actually affects your character. So they've never had this in any of Milestone's games, any of their motocross games. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of cool because when you start off, you turn in and you think like, oh, this is weird. Like you're still riding, it's still fine, but you're just like, it's not that like if you selected a pro rider, where you're just flicking the bike around the corners and you're just absolutely killing it, like you're hooning. So when you start off, you've got stock everything, stock exhaust. Mm-hmm. So the bike's pretty slow, not as quick as all the other pro riders, obviously, but it's enough for you to like come first just on like normal difficulty. If you have it on realistic, it's a bit of a challenge. Yeah. I'm not up to 450s yet. I'm just completed the 250 East and I'm just started the 250 West. So I've done the Monster Energy Supercross. Then what's it called? The Monster Energy. What's the event called? Super Cup. Sorry, the Monster Energy Super Cup. It's just like a special event that they do like at the end. Yeah. So I did that last night, and I just started the West. So I'm pretty excited to do that and jump into the 450s. Sorry, I went off track there. So you got the weekly schedule, so you can do the training, you do all the training, make your riders better. And then you have promotional days as well. Mm-hmm. So you stand next to your bike and they take photos of you for 5 seconds, and then it's just like, awesome, good job. You did a promotional video. Here's $1,000. And then you can do a media day, and that's when you sign posters and stuff for your fans, and then your fan support goes up.
You kind of choose what you want to do on.
Yep. Right, so you can plan out your day. So there'll be rest days where you actually can't do anything. It'll be like, no, this is your rest day. You can't do anything that. And it'll be like, this is a free day. And a free day means that's when you can select which one you want to do. Yep. And then there is, so there's 4 things. So there's training, media, promotional, and and I think it was called Arrival Day or something, or like a free ride. So you got a compound. Arrival Day is you select with all these different riders, and you go head to head with them. So you have a one-on-one race around the compound against them, and then you get like a bit of experience at the end if you beat them. If the rivalry is really heavy and high, it's just a time attack race. Okay. But if it's a low, that means it's like a friendly race. So you're just racing with like your friends, so cool. Yep. So yeah, you can do that. At the start, I was like, why would I do any of that other stuff when I could just do training and make my actual rider better? So I was doing cornering, like after every race. I was like, man, I just want my cornering to be like super quick. Like, and then I went to like, after I did the corner and I did landing, and then after 3 races, they're like, oh, your sponsorship is now ended. Choose another sponsor, and you get different perks, like different bonuses from different races. And I was like, okay, cool. So you unlock more sponsors. So I went to, I unlocked, I think, 4 more. And the one that I got up to, it was unlocked, but I couldn't select it. I needed more fans. And I was like, oh, I can't select it. Damn it. Because I had to do more media days.
Oh, right.
So it's kind of like, it's kind of like a bit of a balance you got to put in. Like you can't just do training all the time. Like you've got to do these other kind of little side things. Yeah. And I love about the game is it's not a thing that, once you've ended the race, you're like, oh, it's not like 2K where you go, oh, I'm not going to play basketball again because I got to do training. Then I got to do media events and I got to negotiate contracts. It literally takes a minute
like
or 2.
Mini games or anything like that.
It's just like, so the media and promotional days is literally you just standing there getting pictures taken of you and your bike, and the cutscene is 5 seconds.
Okay.
And then it's just like, yeah, well done, you've done it. That's awesome. And then obviously the other stuff is you doing like racing against like one of your mates in the Supercross or the training that you actually have to do as well. And that works off a star system, the training as well. So one of them is turning. So you have to go through certain gates and beat the time. And then you get rated out of 3 stars. So if you do it in under 10 seconds, you get 3 stars. If you do it under 15, you get 2 stars. If you do it under 20, you get 1 star. So that, you get, I think, 5 restarts, I think, on each training session. And then after that, you can't reset after you've had your 5 shots of doing it. So if you've done 2 stars and you're trying to get for 3 and you've used your 5 shots, well, tough bickies, like you have to continue on. But you can go back to it the next training session, but you're like, oh man, I don't want to go back to this, like do something new. So yeah, that's really good. I like that kind of part of it of making your rider better and upgrading it. So I went through the whole season of the West on a stock bike. I didn't upgrade one bit on my bike. No exhaust, nothing. So I was just winning my qualifying. I won a few qualifiers and just kind of winning a few races. And then I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to save up all my money because like an exhaust is about 80 grand, I think it is. Like there's different type of exhausts and different price ranges, but they're about 80 grand in the game. You'll get probably, I'd say 8 grand a race maybe with bonuses, or maybe less than that. 5 grand sometimes you come out of. So it takes you a while to get up there to buy an exhaust. And when I got to, I think, about 90 or 100,000, I was at the end and I could select 450s or I could go onto the West 250s. And I was like, I want to finish the whole 250s. So I thought, oh man, I could totally upgrade my bike. I've got 130 grand. I can put an exhaust on it and maybe some wheels or something like that, or a new suspension. And I was like, nah, like I'm just going to save up. So at the end of the 250 West, I'll go into the 450s and I'll just pimp out my bike. Like I'll put an exhaust in the 450 and, go nuts. I did want to buy a new helmet and gear and stuff like that, and that's expensive as well. So like a helmet's like 35 grand, a new like motocross suit, like jersey and pants is like 50 grand. I was like,
Jesus.
yeah. So I spent like 100 grand on like like an outfit,
Just
and I was like,
equipment.
yeah, I was like, yeah, I look sick on this stock bike. But, you can change the components on your bike as well. Another thing that I love about the game that I hated in Supercross 1 was when you sign as a sponsor in Supercross 1, you had to put their
Logo.
yeah, like their livery all over your bike, and it looks like shit. Like you just like, my bike looks like ass. It doesn't even look like a Kawasaki or whatever. It looks rubbish. But for this, when you select a sponsor, it will go, oh, do you want their shit on your bike or you don't? And I'm like, oh, sick. No, I don't want it on my bike. And then I can go to other kind of decal options if I want to, like, like Evo graphics kits or different graphics kits. I don't have to go with my sponsored logos. So that's pretty cool. The one thing that I'm probably upset about that they didn't do in number 1 either is riding for actual team. Like I can't ride for Monster Energy, like Monster Energy or Red Bull KTM or anything like that. That sucks because you can do that in all the national games, like all the MXGPs.
Yeah.
But you can't do it in any of the Monster Energy.
That's weird.
Yeah, it kind of sucks because, I'm like, oh, I want to ride for Monster Energy and I can't. But at least in this one, you can, kind of put what you want on your bike and go to different decals and stuff like that. So I'm happy with that. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
The whip system's a bit different. So whipping the bike out, bringing it back in, that was a pretty big thing that everyone always complains about with the Milestone games is like, so it's pre-animation. So when you put the 2 analog sticks in, it will, whip the bike out and go back in automatically. It's like an animation. In this one, it doesn't do that. It's more of, you can hold it out there as long. And I'm finding it really hard to whip, actually. And it gives you points as well when you're racing. So if you do a corner really nicely and you do a rhythm section really nicely, it will give you points for that, like more XP points. So if you whip it out during a race, it'll be like, whoa, like here, have some XP. Like that's mad. You did that. I feel like this game's more heavily on, if you don't do your rhythms correctly, like your rhythm sections, it will punish you. Like you could literally get overtaken by 5 bikes. So you know how in a lot of like, MX versus ATV or live and stuff like that, where you could just hammer it around the whole track, and if you case a jump, that's okay. Like the next jump you'll make. In this one, if you like fuck up a jump, that whole section you'll just be like rolling over the jumps, like you're trying to get rhythm again. And I like that. That's mad. Like it's real life. Like it's not like you can just accelerate and you double the next jump and triple the next jump. It's so there'll be a few times where when I'm doing qualifying, I'll go around the track and I'll think what I can hit and what I can't hit, and there'll be like certain bits where I'm like, oh, I can go flat out there and do a double and then do a triple, but then I have to really slow down and just do a double here, and then I've got time to accelerate and go off the next jump, and yeah, that's cool. And when you get the rhythm, like going through it, oh, it's so much fun. Like it's really good. I haven't tried the track creator yet, but I've seen a few YouTubers make a few cool tracks and ride them, and you can download their tracks and race them as well. So there's sand in the game as well, so you can put like sand sections in the game. There's a few more things you can do on the track creator. You can narrow your track down, you can make it wider. I didn't make any tracks in the last one, I just raced them. So Justin Barsha, the professional rider, used to make tracks and put them out there. He used to put on his Instagram and be like, yeah, check out this track, it's mad. So everyone would just like download his track and race it and try and beat his time and stuff. So that kind of stuff is really good for like replayability. Yeah, that's nice, good word. So yeah, I like that about the game. Like there's a bit of a track editor, and the compound's really big as well. So overall, really good if you like motocross games. and you liked the first Supercross game, you'll love the second one. If you didn't like the first one, you're going to hate this one. So, if you like the national kind of stuff, like the outdoory motocross games, obviously don't get this one because it's Supercross. It's definitely more technical in riding wise. But, yeah, I think you'll enjoy this one, Rog. I think this will be your next Supercross game for sure.
It's on my radar. How about, since I'm getting money for selling my real life bike, I buy Supercross using that money?
Yeah, you can replace your motorbike with like virtual motorbikes. Mad.
I do that. Sounds good. Yeah, because I'm definitely keen. You've sold me.
The multiplayer aspect, I've seen a few people play multiplayer, just like him and a mate, them two just having battles and stuff. And I'm like, oh man, I want to do that. But I'm like, I don't have anyone to play with. But I'm like, remember how we used to play Reflex with each other? Like, remember we did that 80 lap race?
Yeah.
And our hands were cramping.
Yeah, that was good fun.
And sweating there. That was so much fun. But yeah, it looks really fun. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. It's graphics are unreal.
Okay.
Even when I finish a race, I always go to the replay and I go to the GoPro view.
Yep.
And I love just watching. Like, I'll sit there and watch. I'm like, damn, I just watched a whole race in replay just on the GoPro view because I'm like, oh, I did that section sick and I did a mad whip and I had a really good battle with him and I don't know, man. And it's good. I like how it takes ages to unlock stuff. I hate when I unlock stuff really quickly because then I'm like, oh, I'm not that excited.
Feel like an actual
reward. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and you get excited to keep going and keep like, oh, if I do 2 more races, I'll get enough money to buy a helmet or those gloves or whatever. Like last night when I went to buy new gear, I was there for like 15 minutes, like, oh, which jersey do I want? Because it's going to take a while to save up for another jersey. I was like, and then it's going to match my boots as well. And I was like, So, yeah, and I was like, oh, but should I buy an exhaust? But then I was like, but then you're going to be going to 450s and you want to be doing that up. And all those guys are going to have like mad dog bikes and you're going to have this stock 450. I'm like, So I'm like, make your goal look good at the end of the 250, like West season, you're going to have enough money for an exhaust and a few things. So I was like, yeah, I'll do that. But it's good fun. Good fun. I like it.
Sweet, man. Yeah, I'll probably get on it in the next maybe couple of weeks, hopefully.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a monster night with Monster Super.
Oh, sounds good. Yep, let's do that.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's talk about what I've been playing this week. I talked about it a little bit last week because I picked it up just before we started recording last episode. Wargroove. I picked it up on the Switch. It was like $28 or $29 on the eShop. I'm in love, man. I'm in love.
Really?
I love this game. It's awesome. It's really charming. Like I was saying last week, it's that kind of pixel art, but like really kind of detailed, smooth animation. It's just really nice. So, basically, it's about you. If you do the campaign, there's a lot of different modes that I haven't touched yet. There's like an arcade mode where you pick a certain character and you unlock new characters as you go through the campaign, and then you can go through the arcade mode, which is where I think it's like a series of battles that you need to get through, and then you unlock more stuff. But I'm playing through the campaign at the moment. I'm up to, I think it's Act 3, and there's different parts in each act.
Okay.
It starts off pretty simple. It's like it holds your hand a little bit, but just enough to like show you the different things, different features, different types of attacks, different types of units you can have in the game.
Yeah.
So it's a lot like if you've played Advance Wars on the Game Boy Advance. In terms of you have like when you look at the overworld, not the overworld, but like the map of the battle you're playing, right?
Yeah.
You'll have one icon, like one little character that you can move, but it's actually a bunch of units, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So say you're controlling that one little character and you go attack an enemy, it'll go into a different screen where you see how many units are in that one thing,
Okay.
right? So it'll be like one, say, swordsman, right? And then when it will go into the battle view, you'll have 5 of them.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then you attack the other one, and then whatever you have left, that's what you have. So they might you might not have killed them, but they've attacked you, so they've taken out 3 of your 5 swordsmen or something. And that's how much sort of HP you've got, and that also affects how much damage you're going to do in your next turn, because you've got less swordsmen left. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's really, really charming story. So it's basically, you start off, you go against that faction that, remember I was saying it's like this vampire chick that you control at the start. She goes into the castle and then kills the king, and then you start playing as the king's daughter.
Yeah.
Then the new queen. She's controlling her troops, and then you move across to basically retaliate against that faction that killed your dad.
Okay.
And then you get to a point where they're getting a bit too strong. You're gonna have to sort of back up, go back home, and sort of rethink the plan and then go back. But on your way back, you might go through a forest and then meet this new faction that you're fighting against, and then you learn about these new types of characters, and they're like sort of forest people, that kind of thing. And when that happens, at the end of that mission, you'll get a bit of lore that you can read through and learn the story of that character or that tribe.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, it's really charming. It's like this little backstory that, like, it's not, sort of pushing itself in your face. It's like, if you want to learn more about these characters, you can go into the codex menu and read about them. And I have been. It's really interesting. So the whole Wargroove thing. So Wargroove is one of the mechanics in the game. So every general, you'll have one general in every mission. You might have a different one, right? So in one mission, you might be controlling the Queen Mercia, who's like the daughter of the king, right?
Yeah.
And it will take a few turns to fill up her meter for her Wargroove, which is her special move. So every general will have a different type of Wargroove. So their special move will be something different. So for example, for her, she like heals the characters around her during that turn, right? Or you've got another one who like drops a diamond thing that like increases the attack of the characters standing in that area. Or they've all got different things. So that's the whole thing. That's why it's called Wargroove. It's based on that mechanic. And it's cool. Like, it can change the tide in, like, it could be like almost dying, and then your general will just do this move and like heal all their characters, and then you turn the tide and kill the other team. So some very interesting things, like different types of characters will do different things. So you've got a unit that's called battle pups, and they're just dogs. So they're not high on attacks really. Like they don't do that much damage depending on what you're attacking. But their whole thing is like they can see far. So you've got like a fog of war, so you can't see the whole map. You can see in your area where your characters are, but if they're further than say like 3 squares, you can't see it, right?
Okay.
So you put your battle pup in a mountain area, and it'll bring up a larger viewpoint, so you'll be able to see more of the map. Use them as like your scouts kind of thing. So you've got all these different types of units that do different things. And the whole thing, like a lot of those turn-based strategy games, it's like you start the mission, you'll have these units that you can play with, and that's it. You've got to finish the mission with those. In this, it's you start with a few characters, and then you can take over little buildings, right? And they're like little villages, really, right? You take over them, you claim them for your faction, and they bring you money.
Okay.
So the more of those you've got, the more money you get at the end of each turn, and then you can get your own barracks, and then you can get more units.
Okay.
So you can get more of those units each turn. So like you choose what you want to bring into the game. I might want more rangers to attack, like, further away. They're like your ranged attackers kind of thing, or your pikers, or whatever it is. Really cool game, man. The story is really charming. The graphics are awesome. You've got little side missions as well, but it's like a different. It's still a battle. It's like you don't have to do it, but if you do it, you unlock this interesting thing about the lore or something like that. It's really cool game, man. I love it.
Yeah, sounds interesting.
Yeah, I've been playing a fair bit, and the fact that it's on Switch as well, really easy to
even better.
Up. I'll like wake up in the morning, just do one battle, go to work.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
That's sick.
Definitely would recommend it it's a good. I guess if you've been thinking about getting into that sort of genre, we've got the new Fire Emblem that's coming soon this year. We don't have a release date yet, but that's a more kind of complex game in that sort of genre.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Wargroove is more friendly to newcomers in that sort of genre. So if you're thinking about it, it's a
it's a good place to start.
Cheap way to get into the genre, and good fun.
Nice.
Alrighty, let's talk about Apex Legends, the game everyone has been playing this week, because it is free, and also it's awesome.
It is awesome.
It is.
So good.
What do you think of Apex Legends so far?
Well, it's amazing. I can't believe it's had such a smooth launch. I'm more surprised at that than anything else.
No kidding.
The other weird thing, I haven't heard one negative thing about it, and that has blown my mind.
Well, it's a bit hard to have anything negative about it, right?
Like
the negative thing that would come out of something like that would be, it's got microtransactions, but it's a free game, so it's normal for a game like that to have microtransactions.
Yeah. Well, it's just like Fortnite and stuff. Like, it's cosmetics. It's not a pay to win thing. So it's.
I mean, you can pay to unlock the characters, but you can also play the game and unlock them.
Yeah, I think I'm halfway with currency to unlock one of the new characters.
I think it's like I've played with someone today who was telling me that you need to reach level 23 to have enough currency to unlock a character.
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
And it's like you said, such a smooth launch. It's so polished already. It hasn't been out a week.
No.
I haven't had any server issues. I think we had one time, but we didn't get kicked out of the game. We got kicked out of the party after the game. So it didn't matter that much. It's just.
I reckon they've just had a really good think about this, looked at the battle royale type games, and took the good out of like Blackout, Fortnite, and all these kind of BR games, and implemented that into theirs, and thought up some really great ways to improve it as well.
Yeah.
Like the ping system is amazing. Like, so good. It's so basic, but amazing. So if I walk into a room and Roger doesn't have any armor at all and he's somewhere else, I could just press R1 onto that armor and it'll actually tell him, there's level 1 armor over here and this is where it's at. And Roger can be like, oh, sweet, and just go over there and he'll know where it is. So it's, even if you don't have a mic, it is, you could go through this game without a mic easily, definitely, because you can say, I need this type of ammo. Let's go over there. I'm looting this area. There's an enemy over there. I think there's an enemy over there. People have been here. You can do everything. Like, it's so crazy how well they've done that ping system. So that's one of the big things that I was like, that's a really good, improvement they've done. I'm not sure. I'm a bit unsure about this. This is the only one thing I'm still unsure about. So there's certain sections of the map that gives you high loot, and there's other bits of the map that gives you low loot, but it will tell you when you go through that area saying this is burning bridges, this has high loot, this is a high loot area. So I don't think it mixes it up. I think it's always the same. Do you know what I mean?
Really? So it doesn't. So it's not random.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. That's what I'm not sure about. Now,
Okay.
I hope that's not the case, because I feel like, I don't know how.
Because then everyone would go to the same area every single time, right?
But then you've got a high risk of dying straight away, but then you've got a really good risk of coming out of it, being loaded up.
That's random. Yeah, we'll look into that one and confirm.
So we've got to look into that. We might actually look into it tonight. So they've had a massive influx of players straight away. Like, they're
2.5 million the first day or something.
Yeah, so they've got 1 million concurrent players already, and that was in, what was it, the first few days, wasn't it? And then
came out on Tuesday, man. It's been out 5 days.
Yeah, it's crazy the way they did it. Amazing. But everything just runs so smoothly. I know it's in the Titanfall universe. I can see why they didn't put Titans in the game, and that's why it isn't called Titanfall BR, like Battle.
It's its own
Royal
kind
Rumble
of
and stuff
thing.
like that. It's their own game, and I see why there's no wall running as well. Like, they said, if we had wall running in it, it would just be it would just be weird and crazy. Like, it'd just be too much for everyone. Like, people would just wall running everywhere, and it just wouldn't work. And I think the way they've done it is perfect. You do have to get used to the game in a sense of guns, what type, like ammo, stuff like that, and what that gun does. I think I was a bit uncertain what type of, and
just take shots. I just this is what it does.
yeah, exactly.
But I found out how to sort of determine what it is. So I'm sure you've noticed when you So when you pick up the gun, the icon in the bottom right corner will be a certain color, and it'll tell you what type of bullet it uses, and it'll usually say burst or auto. Yeah. So you'll know if it's
another thing that I found out as well. You know how there's different colors, and there'll be there's 2 different types of green. There's an aqua, a light green, a dark green. There's a few different greens. So if I'm I need some I need some green ammo, guys. And everyone's like, oh, here's some energy ammo. No, it's not that. Oh, here's some light ammo. No, it's not that. It's like, what is it then? I was like, I don't know. Oh, it's heavy ammo or whatever it is. I'm just like, oh, God. What I found out is if you go to your options, right, and go to your gun, and you'll see your ammo up there, just go up to it, and you can actually request the ammo, and it will tell everyone and yourself what the ammo is.
Right.
So it will say you're looking for oh yeah, guys, I need energy ammo, and it will tell everyone what you want. So that was pretty good. I like that, because I'm I still don't know where. There probably is a simple way of doing it, but that's what I've been doing. But I'm starting to know what everything is, and what color is this, and what type of gun that is, and what everything does, and stuff like that. But even just run the sliding mechanic is awesome. When you go down a hill, you just run and slide, and you slide for ages. That's good. I like the mechanic where what is it? Just climbing up stuff. You hold X and you can just climb up stuff really easily. Fall damage, no fall damage. Yeah, that's amazing.
I love that.
Because there's so many times where I'm up really high, and I was like, oh, I got to get down there, and I think of Fortnite or something, and I'm oh, I got to build. And I was like, oh, hang on, I just jump off, and I'm like, oh, that's so sick. That's mad. yeah, I think it's just a really well balanced game at the moment. Like nothing's really OP.
No, yeah, like even the
Everything's
because your different characters have got their sort of special move and then their ultimate
yeah.
move.
hmm
Even them, like I think they're pretty balanced. Like I've been playing as I forgot his name. He's like the big Maori dude, and
Yeah.
he's got
Yep.
the dome shield and
Yep.
then the airstrike.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it works pretty well with any other type of character that I play with, sort of
And
the defensive kind of tank.
yeah, and I haven't come across people that like everyone's such a mixture. And I know you have to, you can't go more than one character. Like you have to all go different characters. But everyone that I've played with is always like, I always go like, I love this character, and everyone's
Yeah.
all different. And I don't mind if someone takes who do I take? The Hound, Bloodhound, the first one. So I normally go with him. But then if someone takes him, I'm like, it doesn't bother me. I'll just go the health chick. And if someone takes the health chick, I'm like, don't worry, I'll just go the other dude. Like, it doesn't bother me. Like, there's like 3 heroes that I really like and I'm really into. So I normally will get them anyway. Yeah, it's so good. And yeah, and all the supers and all the little abilities and stuff is just so much fun, man. It's such a good game. Like, and I love how it's different, how it's like a squad of 3, not 4s.
Yeah, it works
like-
well. Little cell
Yeah.
of 3 people, and yeah.
And I like how you jump out of the plane and you're all kind of grouped together, and there's one person that controls
That's
everyone
cool.
to that place. I know you can peel off and say see you later, but why would you do that? That makes no sense. But
Unless
I
they're
normally-
going like somewhere you don't want to go, and it's
Yeah.
like, I told you to go the other way.
Yeah, like I think I peel off when we're just about to land, so we're not all landing
In
right
the same building.
in the same
yeah.
building. Yeah, so I'll just peel off right at the end, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go over this building, and you
Mm.
go there. But I like the pretty much the main change that they've done to any BR game, and it is fantastic, is the respawn system when you die. So
Yeah.
if someone dies and they're crawling on the ground, you can get them up and, the way they go again. Now, if they completely die and you kill, say, the squad, you can go up to your mate's dead body and you get their banner off them. Once you get their banner, there's respawn stations around the map. You can go to a respawn station, you put their banner in, and they come back into the game. They just come off a spaceship, they fly back down. They start off with nothing again, but if you've killed a squad, they can just pick up,
Their stuff.
their stuff, or you can actually go back to your own body and loot your stuff back. So, it gives you an incentive. It gives you what word am I looking
An
for?
incentive.
That's the one, to stay in the game and watch, because even in Fortnite, like a lot of people when they die, they're like, oh, I'm not watching, like, I'm just going to get out. I know you don't get the win, but like a lot of people are like, no, we're not going to win anyway, I'm going to get out. But this one, you're like, oh no, I can just stay. Like they can, respawn me back in, and 99% of the people will get you if they can and respawn you back in, because they want you to be there, so you've got more of a chance of winning. So I think that's like such a good implement in the game. Like it's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
It's so good. But I love the graphics. I love the hero side of things. I just can't wait to see what they're going to do, like how this game's going to evolve. Because if this is what it is the first week, oh man, I feel like, the next few months is going to be awesome. Like they're going to bring in more heroes. They might bring out a new map. I don't think they'll do what Fortnite does and change the map. I think they will bring out a new map. Not straight away. They're going to bring out a map maybe, 6 months down the track or 5 months, whatever it is. But they might bring out probably even a battle pass thing. I could see them doing that, definitely. I think this is just a good way to get everyone in, playing, getting to know the game, and getting their feedback. and stuff like that. And if they've got the amount of players,
Mm-hmm.
they'll bring out a battle pass for sure. And I wouldn't see why they wouldn't, because
keen.
I'd be definitely keen, especially when it's a free game and I've been playing the hell out of it. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, have you got any feedback that you like, dislikes, anything like that?
Pretty much the same as you, man. There's nothing that I've really don't have any gripes really. Like I think about it a lot. Like I was at a wedding yesterday and I was like, fuck, I want to go home and play Apex Legends. I was like on a car ride home, I was just like, yeah, I'm keen to get home. I'll play a game before I go to bed. I'm not going to bed until I play a game. And I woke up this morning, played a little bit, but it's like it's such an easy game to sort of jump in, play a couple games, and then jump out.
Definitely,
it's like,
yeah. But another thing I really like is when you level up, you get loot crate kind of thing, and then you can unlock new skins, new weapon skins, character skins. You get materials to unlock skins. You get all different kind of stuff. So that's even cool as well, because it's not like you don't need to pay money at all even to get cosmetics. Just play the game and you're going to unlock rarities or stuff like that. And that's a big plus as well. It's just unbelievable that this game didn't cost a cent. And I just look at PUBG still. I'm like, why haven't you got this for free?
Yeah, no shit.
Why? Like, there are games out there that are just killing you in every aspect of the Battle Royale games, and you're still charging $30 without the Battle Pass.
Yeah, I don't understand how they're still surviving.
Like, if I was PUBG right now, you'd be like, all right, guys, pull the plug. We're making it free.
Yeah, no shit. I can't believe it hasn't happened.
Because we're going to get more people playing, and people are going to be paying for the Battle Pass if they get into it. Because you know what? If it's free on PlayStation, I would probably download it and play a few games of PUBG. But there's no way. I do have PUBG on my Xbox, and I could play it on my Xbox, but I don't have my friends on there. So, but yeah, it's bizarre. But anyway, that's shitty old news. You know what I'm talking about? Talk about the Apex Legends, baby.
That's it. I think we better wrap it up here because I got to go.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, fun episode. We went over an hour again, as usual. Very easy for us to do. But yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah, nice one.
Alrighty, tell the people where they can find your stuff.
They can go to Instagram. They can follow me at Christofini.gaming. ChristopHine.gaming.
Beautiful.
Yeah. How about you?
Same on Instagram. I'm Hangs with Rog, HANGSWITHROG. We're also we have a website where you can find us. You can find all our episodes on there. That's www.buttonmashpod.com. You can email us your feedback directly from the website, or just email us at buttonmashpod@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook. Just look up Button Mash Podcast on Facebook. You'll find us there. Like our page and you'll find out what we're up to these days. We're also on YouTube. I forget to mention this every week. Our episodes are going to be coming out on YouTube as well now, and we've got some stuff coming up that we're pretty excited about in the near future, so stay tuned.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it for this week, so we'll wrap it up here and we'll speak to you next week.
Brrrah.
Final round.